You've landed on The Substance. I'm your host, Philip Marinello. Whether it's your first time or your 198th time, we're happy to have you. Here at The Substance, we're looking to have conversations that help us all better appreciate goodness, truth, and beauty. Previous guests include folks like Joe Lynch and Becca Howard, Vinegar Syndrome's Justin LaLiberty, Dan McCoy, the Flophouse Podcast, New York Times film critic Alyssa Wilkinson, and our pals over at Letterboxd, Slim and Mitchell. This week, finally, and I apologize to any listeners or filmmakers who have been waiting on the coverage, we are finally putting out our full Panic Fest episode. It took a little while to get everybody's schedules to line up, and then just with, everything we're living through and the grind of all the things, it just took us a little while. So we thank you for bearing with us. Very excited for this episode. We have several folks, and I'm going to run through them quickly here. In order, I believe, unless our editor made a mistake, and that's me. We have Catherine Dudas of Theater is Dead. Cody S. Wilson is how he's listed, Cody Wilson, from Lesions. Then we have Janine Hogan from Demonetize. Amber Rossi from the short film Pray For Us. Then we have Guillermo de la Rosa with the long-form short film Forever Liam. And then at the end, we have, and this is one of the things that took us a while, I was trying to figure out what to do with this. We have Scout Taylor Compton, Laurie Strode herself from the Rob Zombie Halloween films. She was at Panic Fest this year with a film called Last Chance Motel. And I will give a heads up that Scout and my audio is not ideal. I talked to a number of tech savvy folks to see what we could do with it. I did not record over the tech I usually do that I recorded with everybody else. I did not record in a room and in a space ideal for recording, but I didn't want to chuck it, and it's not very long. So that's the final segment. Apologies for the audio quality. We like to aim high here at The Substance, but it was a wonderful conversation, so I wanted to make sure to include it there. If you appreciate what we're doing here at The Substance, the best way you can support us is by sharing the show with your friends, texting, messaging, Slack, Discord, social media, whatever. If you like it, share it with some friends. If you're online, tag us, and we will try to say thank you and interact with that. We're mainly on Instagram. We're on a few of the other things, but primarily on Instagram there. And stick around after for Physical Media Corner and a little peek at what we have to come. So without further ado, here are my conversations with the filmmakers of Panic Fest 2026. Well, Catherine, it's good to see you again.
It's so good to see you.
Panic Fest is always a wonderful time. And one of the things that makes it so great is the new friends we make. And with your guys' film, a filmmaker friend that Decker and I, your lead actress, share, she put me in touch, and I saw that she had rated the movie very highly, but you never know if that's like a friend trying to gas up a friend. I was like, okay, 5-star rating. She spoke very highly of it. But then I liked you guys, and I saw your movie, and genuinely blew me away. One of my favorite of the fest.
Thank you. That's so kind. That means so much. I mean, I was seeing Chell's 5-star rating was very exciting. It was just, all lovely, and I was like, well, that's my new best friend. So that makes sense. So because Chell is my new best friend for giving me the 5 stars, so it makes sense you were suspicious. Yeah, it was really, but I'm so happy you liked it. That was Panic Fest was honestly one of our most favorite screenings. It was we were in like the smaller theater, but it was like the loudest I think I've heard the audience. It was crazy.
Yeah, so for locals here in Kansas City or for Panic Fest attendees, we were in Theater 2, packed out screening.
Yeah.
Kind of the idea, like I love Theater 1, but when Theater 2 is packed out, it's like the very best kind of like big living room, like you're there with all your friends, like we're all in there tight with each other. Like I feel like there were several of us that kind of clicked together, many of whom will be also on this recap episode. I'm not sure who's going in what order, but you guys, the Lesions crew, the Break a Leg crew, like so many folks were all in there together, and it just was a killer screening. Do you want to
great.
For the audience that may not see, we'll start with your film. Theater is Dead.
Yeah.
What's the elevator pitch you guys are giving to folks?
Yes. So, bright-eyed, naive, engineering major Willow falls in love with theater after seeing a play on this very, spooky, beautiful island off of Seattle. And something inside her makes her audition. She gets the lead very improbably, as her engineering partner says and makes fun of her for. And she falls under the tutelage of this really very charming, very good at his job theater director played by Shane West. And then weird things start to happen. We are kind of introduced to this world with our, fish out of water, our Willow, and she gets introduced to the craziness and the very, very specific theater scene that we capture. And then, yes, souls maybe start to go, and darkness peeks out from behind the curtain. Yeah.
So much fun, and also I thought it was interesting. One of two Shane West pictures, one of
Yeah.
two theater movies, and one of two Shane West movies at the festival.
Something's in the air. My gosh.
But yeah, no, it was genuinely really wonderful, and I
Thank
love
you.
the learning kind of more about your guys' whole like little troop, like from Juniper
Yeah.
onto this onto whatever may be next.
Yeah.
Um, like you could tell like the closeness of you guys. It's always very exciting for me when I see people early, I mean, really any time in their career, but
Mhm.
especially early in their career, finding their people who are all competent and talented and can do different jobs and then making stuff together.
Yes, 100%. We got so lucky. We got very, very lucky.
Well, I do need to go track down Juniper sometime and see that.
Oh, it's out there. Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon. It was originally licensed to Showtime in 2022, to be in 2023, as the indie film listeners out there will know about licensing. It's about
Tubi
a year.
rocks.
Tubi was great, and then now we're just on Amazon. You can rent it on Amazon, and it's my baby, and I love her. She's very different than Theater is Dead, but a lot of the same actors. So, but yeah, it's I got really lucky with our, I call it my little film coven. And we met before we met in like 2020. Olivia and I started making short films together in 2019. And yeah, it just kind of really clicked for our first film, and it felt so inevitable to make another one, because if you like make a film with people and you don't want to kill them by the end, you're like, we should make another one, because that is rare.
No, I love it. And you guys played a festival in the location where you ended up shooting
We
Theater's
did.
Dead?
We did. It was like the first ever Vashon Island Film Festival. We got invited and flown up, and it was like towards the end of our festival run, and we were like, this is the most idyllic. It was like it was like such a fun festival, because we got to just like walk around this beautiful island. And then we met Zach Mann at a different festival, who's from Vashon. That's probably why we got into Vashon. And he, years later, when we were trying to figure out where to film, where to set this movie, Olivia talked to Zach, and he said, you should absolutely come film here. He's like, oh, we have houses for cheap, for free, for you guys to stay in this island. Like, we have this beautiful theater you can film, because the big part of the movie is a beautiful theater to film in, and it's very
You
expensive
guys,
in
man, oh
LA.
man, like the
Gorgeous.
stars really aligned for
Oh,
that.
it aligned, thank God. Yes, it was really gorgeous. We got really lucky. Yeah, any indie filmmakers listening will know, like, the location scouting and finding process is one of the hardest parts, because you have obviously a limited budget. You want to make sure your film looks more expensive than it is. And so we got really, really lucky. And it was, yeah, as a theater kid, it was really wonderful to, because we shot in that theater for 10 days. So we just like lived in that theater basically. And that was just like, you could really feel like Willow, and feel that like theater kid. It felt like our cast and crew were on like in a play together. Like our, it was fun.
Well, I heard other people say it. I'm glad. Obviously, it's Panic Fest, so it kind of needs to for that audience. I'm
Yeah.
glad it went genre, but like the genre stuff and the theater drama story stuff was like everything really clicked with it. So I'm
Thank
excited for
you.
more audiences to see it. I'm going to be
Me
preaching that
too.
to everybody. But on the Panic Fest side, Catherine, what were some of your highlights? I know you weren't there for a long time, but did you get to see or
Yes.
see any films or meet any people that were standouts?
Yeah, Ducker and I got to see Grind, which was that anthology film that just premiered at South by and had an
Yeah, Bria,
amazing
long
screening.
time friend of Screenland and the
Uh,
festival.
oh my gosh, we were so impressed. We had no idea what to expect. We just really wanted to see, and we just had landed, and we were like, we gotta see a movie. So it was so cool and so impressive, and just like the sets and the storyline, how surprise I just love movies that surprise me, where I'm like, where is this going? And I just want to be surprised, really, especially when I'm watching something genre. And I definitely was, and it was so freaking cool. So I really loved that. And then some of I watched some short films, and some of the short films also played at Nevermore, which we just did a screening like a month ago. And the one that is still just like tickles me so much, and I saw the filmmaker again, Blossom Needs a Ride Home, this short film that is just this comedy horror short that I adore. Like, it's just from the second it opens, I'm
I
just
need
like,
to
oh,
catch that one. There was some
it is
great
so
comedy
fun.
horror this year.
Yes. Yes, there was. I was really sad. I really wanted to see that other theater one. But maybe I can.
Break a Leg.
Yes,
Those
yes.
Aussies were fantastic.
Uh, that's great. And also, I've also heard so many good things about Lesions. Like, yeah, there are so many. I'm gonna try to maybe bully the filmmakers for a link or something, but
Yeah, ask them for a link for
yeah,
sure, but also maybe see if they can. I mean, I know they are trying to figure out the rollout strategy and things like that, but see if
yes,
one of
yes,
your local theater owners can program it. I was a
yes,
little nervous
100%.
as I am some I mean, even I was a little even more nervous with them because I didn't catch the screening at Panic Fest, and
Mm.
I really, really liked Cody and
Oh,
Austin
he's
and
great.
those other guys,
Yes, they were lovely.
and then not a lot of it was a bummer, not a lot of people went to go see it, so I didn't see a lot of
Mm,
reviews,
mm,
so I clicked the link, and I don't wanna set expectations too high. I'm always afraid of that, but
yeah.
I was pretty blown away.
I
Like,
wanna see
Cody
it.
murdered it, and, like,
Wow.
somewhat in the vein of what you were doing, but it's even a little bit more peculiar and awesome that it worked with Lesions. It took several different things and put them together well. Like, yours
Mm,
was like a genre in a theater story makes sense, but, like,
yeah.
Lesions was, like, part body horror, part high stakes relationship drama, part home
Mm,
invasion, and, like,
mm.
all the pieces really, really work together for me. It
Wow. I mean, it won a
incredible.
lot of awards at Nevermore. Like, I think it won, like, we won the audience award, and they won, like, every other award. Like, it
Heck
was
yeah.
yeah,
And
so,
they've got a
like
great poster. I don't know if I've seen a trailer, but they've got
oh,
a good
yeah,
poster, which also the
yeah.
poster, it's like, what is this? It's such an odd film,
I
but
love
such a
that.
wonderful odd film. Like, that's the kind of movie that you'll hope to discover at a festival for
I
me.
know. I know, 100%. I mean, that's been so fun. This is my first genre film, so my first time doing all the genre festivals. We premiered at Fantastic, and, like, getting to see all these cool movies is and, like, really thinking out of the box, has been the biggest joy of it. It's just so, it's been great. I need to make more genre films.
You really do. I'll be there supporting you, so will many of us from the festival.
Yeah,
Lovely, lovely meeting you and
it
Decker.
was so
Hope to
fun
meet
meeting.
the other gals sometime down the road for the
Yes.
next movie. But what's next? What can you talk about?
You know, what is you we're not I don't even know if I can talk
And
about
not
it. We're not
rushing to the
exactly
next one.
sure.
Like, this
No.
is great, and I know it's not fully out into the world yet. So
Yes,
maybe
I
this is
mean,
next.
what's next is, yeah, getting the best, distribution we can for this film. We really believe in it. We really wanna, try for a small theatrical run. It just plays so well in theaters. Our screenings have been so fun, and, like, because it's like, yeah, the comedy really hits, the gasp out loud moments really hit, and just there's such a big crossover with, I mean, I'm both a theater nerd and a film nerd, and that is what really is that's our target audience. And, like, you can really see it with, like, the people who talk to us afterwards. It's like people who just, like, are so excited about both of these art forms, and are excited to see it. Yeah, because we I think we show a lot of things about theater that you haven't really seen before on screen, and in a different light. So, yeah. it's real. Hopefully it gets out into the world so soon. But it was so lovely meeting you, and yeah, I just met the most amazing people at Panic Fest. That was like really Decker and I were so happy we were able to go. We just like we couldn't stop talking about it. It was great.
Well, hopefully have you back next year. And yeah, I would love to, if that got a theatrical run again, I would bring people to see it. Like a lot of good
Yes,
laughs, some
thank
good
you.
turns and twists, and like the big moment. And I like it actually. Like I got it right before it happened, and I was like, yes,
The big
this is
moment,
gonna happen.
yeah.
And then it happened, and then the
So
our
exciting.
packed crowd, even though it was only like 75, 80 people, just erupted,
Yeah.
and it was the best.
It's my favorite moment. I still every time that moment happens in a theater and there's a reaction, I'm like, this is it's every filmmaker's dream is like that kind of moment, that kind of reaction. Because that's what you're hoping it works. You're like
Yeah, that's
when
gotta
you
be
think
like a
of it, when you
drug
do it.
for a
It
director.
is. You're like, I can't every time I'm like, yes. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. So thank you. I'm so yeah, I think people would yeah, would really love it on the screen. So we'll see.
Well, it was like we said, wonderful to meet you, rooting
Thank
for you, cheering
you.
from you, and supporting the film however we
Thank
can.
you. Thank you, Philip.
Cody, man, good to be catching up with you. Feels like the week of Panic Fest, and you were there for much of it. Like you really kind of go through it. It really is like summer camp. Like you really get to know these folks.
Did I say that to you?
We a lot of people did. I don't know if you said that, but that's a thing that kind of we come back to a lot at Panic Fest.
Okay, then that's validating because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I didn't know if I said that on social media or what because that's how I felt. I was a little bummed by the time it was wrapping up because I was like, well, this is no good because I like these people.
It was
Now I have to
sad.
go home. Yeah, I was here for 4 days and now I have to go home. Yeah, it was kind of sad.
But it's great to do this and catch up with so many people. A lot of like our tight crew I feel like are going to be on the show. I just spoke with Catherine from Theater is Dead.
Catherine Dudas.
Yep, gonna have
Hope I'm saying that right.
one or both of the Aussies on. Gonna have Dina on for from
Oh, that'll
Frankie,
be
like
good.
kind of our whole core crew, and then several other
If
filmmakers
Dina's
as well.
coming on, I'm assuming cussing is allowed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, what? Okay, so let's talk Panic Fest before we get to
Okay.
Legions. Tell me a bit about your Panic Fest experience. Your first one, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it was I mean, the experience kind of started before that because I just had a newborn and I had to be a little particular about which fests we were picking because I knew I couldn't go to all of them. Um, and from my outside research, never having been, Panic Fest looked like the coolest one in this early half of the year,
Heck yeah.
right? To go to as far as genre stuff goes. I mean, obviously you have your you know, Sundances and South bys early on, but that's them. This is horror genre only. So Panic Fest. I mean, maybe it's Tim's designs, maybe it's all of it, but I mean, from the positive comments online to just the design of it all to Armor Theater. Am I saying that part right? It is Armor Theater?
Screenland.
Oh, Screen Rant. Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah, we
Screen
typically
Rant
call it
Armor.
Screenland. Yeah, because there used to be
Screenland.
multiple, and since it's on
Yeah.
Armor Road, that's Screenland Armor. But Screenland is like the brand of theater.
Okay, so Screenland, yeah, obviously that looks really awesome in photos because Theater One's so cool looking. Um, yeah, so that was the one that I picked, and I got really lucky because I couldn't believe they said yes. Especially the more, I know you said how was the festival. I'm going to say right away, I appreciate Adam and Tim a lot before I even got there because I realized they actually watch the movies because
They do.
I had no I had no heat or assets or anything coming into the festival. And now, a week out of the festival, I'm getting all these offers for waivers and people reaching out, and a couple of other people just said yes instantly. And I know it's because they
That's
went to my Instagram
that's what's
because,
up.
like on one email I got, they said, "Oh, congratulations on this and that." I'm like, you wouldn't have done this if you didn't go look at my Instagram. So I know that Adam and Tim, I think Adam was the primary features person this year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I know that it's because he watched the movies. So even before I got there, I was having a good experience um, with the festival.
No, they put a lot of work into making it incredible for both audiences and the artists who come with their wares.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he was. I felt, man, it really was. It was just, it was kind of flawless from start to finish.
Amazing.
Really
Well,
was. Yeah.
as a Kansas Cityan and as Screenland is my theater of choice here in town, it's wonderful to hear that. And Panic Fest is one I had heard about. Panic Fest, but last year was my first like real full Panic Fest experience. So
Oh,
this is my
really? Okay.
second one. Yeah, like I went to like one or two one-offs, but like last year I was there for the whole week. This year I'm there for the whole week, and like as long as I'm alive and in Kansas City, like I will be there for Panic Fest going forward. It's the best.
Yeah, I'm bummed. I made a joke somewhere. I think it was in my Film Freeway review. I was like, I'm bummed I'm not going to have another movie teed up and ready to go by next
For
year.
next year, hey, make a
Yeah.
short.
Make a short. That would distract from
There
another
were some.
feature.
That's true. There were okay. So, what did you see that you loved at Panic Fest this year?
Are we talking shorts, features, or both?
Either.
Well, you said short, so I'll go short first. And my short of choice is Forever Liam. Did you see that one?
Loved it. The long form
love-
short. I
I
think
love
that
Forever
one,
Liam.
if we can get the time zone right, we will likely have that filmmaker on this roundup episode.
He's great. He was messaging me on Instagram before the festival even started, and
Oh,
I didn't really
nice.
engage too. Yeah, he's a
Guillermo
really nice
something?
guy. Yeah,
I haven't spoken
Yeah.
with him yet.
Guillermo something, but he's really nice on Instagram. If you talk to him, and I've been encouraging him. I was like, "Hey, you're feature ready, man. You need to go."
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anyone else's experience for his film by talking about specifics, but if you'll recall, just the stuff that was happening near the end of
Yeah.
his short
The
when it went.
production, and it was like
Yeah.
that was the long form short. So it was creeping up like it was between 20 and 25 minutes, right? Something like that.
You know
Oh,
what the best compliment is I don't know and I don't care because I
Sure.
never thought about it once.
yeah.
I never thought about it at all. I didn't, and you know what's crazy? I didn't think about the production value either. Even though that you're right, that looked good. It's just the story and the choices. Again, yeah, I guess you got to give credit to. I think Tim did the shorts. I could be totally off here. I think Tim said he had the lead on shorts, and Adam said he had the lead on features.
And Eric did a little bit of both.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Forever Liam was
kudos,
killer.
kudos to them for snatching that one because that's another one that was just delightful. I can't even say why because again I don't know what the I had to ask him for a screener because it's not online yet. So but yeah, forever Liam. Just can't say that clearly enough. That was just really good choices.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think the space is quite hungry, and this is Hollywood in general for something different. And that's the type of person who is gonna fill in that gap nicely.
Yeah, no, the future
Honestly.
is original
Yeah.
voices.
Yeah, and then we already talked about Dina, but it's got to be Frankie, Maniac Woman, for me. I mean, Obsession, whatever. Obsession's obviously,
Obsession and Hokum,
5 stars.
sure.
Those are great. Yeah, that's great. They have plenty of credit. They don't need any more pats on the back. I'm sure they're going to have a very fun year in life after this. But meeting Pierre and Dina, Pierre the director, co-writer, DP, focus puller, gaffer,
Co-star.
every co-star.
His role, he was hilarious and wonderful in the movie.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe. We initially were in that time slot to close out the night, and then we got bumped. And I looked into the movie, and I was like, "What is Frankie Maniac Woman? Why did we get pulled earlier?" And then they had the later slot. And when we saw the film, because we all became buddies within 24 hours, within 12 hours probably of day one. And I was like, well, we got to support them, and we got to go to their screening, which started at 10. I think it was the latest of the entire festival. That was the
latest, very much of the whole fest. Even the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that was definitely the latest start.
But once we saw the film, I knew exactly why that it was the late screening, and that thing rocked.
I just saw
rocked the late night screening
on their official page, their official logo and the Letterboxd logo, where they're like, "Here's what people are saying." They pulled one of the little things from my review, like something like incoming midnight cult classic, something like that, something to the effect of that. Like, it was just like, again, I talked about this with the Theater is Dead team. Like, this is why we go to festivals. Like, Frankie Maniac Woman was a revelation. I'm like, this is something that people will be watching for years at like the late
Yeah.
night Friday, Saturday, Sunday screenings. Like this
Yeah.
is a hit that we get to be
Yeah.
on the ground floor of. That was the US premiere, I think it was. And even if it wasn't, it was early, very early in the run.
Yeah. You know, if Frankie doesn't blow up, it's because it's too good.
I think it
Yeah.
will. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. But I mean just good, as in I think oh, I gotta be careful here. I gotta start
Just
practicing my
haters?
PR.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
not haters, but I mean, whoever is still hanging around who wants junk horror, I guess, which is
Mhm.
fun. There's a time
I
and
love a
place for
junk
that,
horror, yeah.
Uh, it's just it's more than,
And that's the best,
it's that
honestly.
yeah.
Good junk is the best
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, it can be a good time, but this one is it's I think it's disguised as junk, and it's totally not, but it's still a really good time. It's
It's
a
so
very
fun.
yeah, it's a very full it's like getting a full Frankie's like a full meal at a party.
Yeah.
The
I'm
chips are
very
good, the
curious.
ice cream's good, the beer is good, like, everything kinda crazy is really good.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious to see, tomorrow, actually, I believe, is when they'll be announcing the voting as of, recording. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. I could be wrong, but or maybe
Yeah.
voting ends tomorrow.
I mean, sure, yeah,
I'm sure it's a spreadsheet.
I hope that did you vote?
I did.
I'd love to see some people get that stuff, but again, when your festival has Obsession and Hokum and other things like that
I
involved.
hope. I talked with a lot of people. I wasn't talking people out of voting
Yeah.
for the big stuff, but I
Yeah.
did hear a lot of people go, "We're not spending our vote on, like, the big studio movies that were good."
Right. Yeah.
Hokum, I missed Obsession, I was really annoyed, but
Oh, okay.
Hokum, a blast, super fun roller coaster, like, jump
Was
scares
it
that I
really? I
wasn't
didn't
mad
catch that
at.
one.
It was fun, it was funny, it was scary, a lot of jump scares, but, like, I don't know what it was about it, like, they felt earned, like, I wasn't like, "Ugh, this is just" like, crank up the volume jump scare, like, it was
Yeah.
good. It was really, really, really fun.
Yeah. And same with Obsession. I mean, there's a reason that everybody is, obsessed with Obsession.
Ah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, Holcomb and
Yeah, there's a
Leviticus
reason
were
it's
great
popular.
closeouts, but yeah, we're not voting for the ones that Neon and Blumhouse and Universal have already
Yeah.
purchased.
No, like I said, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I voted for I think I voted for Dina just because. How could I not?
God, what
She
a
rocked. She rocked.
powerhouse.
What a
Well,
coming out party for her too.
oh, very much so, and then
Yeah.
she and then right afterwards, if you were there at the festival that night, went downstairs and murdered it at karaoke.
Oh, yeah. I recorded it through the Legions special glasses, 3D glasses that I brought just to, like, give her a special, view,
That was an
keepsake of it.
excellent video, just legendary
Yeah.
evening, and you gave me a great segue. You guys came with some great like, you guys came prepared really well for your movie. You had the video game that your friend made with your contest, and then you had
Yeah.
the glasses that I saw everybody wearing. I still have mine.
That's awesome.
Talk to us, talk to the audience, tell us what Lesions is.
Yeah, I gotta work on this too because Legions, and it's funny, even Joe Lynch, which I was really happy about,
Couldn't have had a better
they
moderator. He was so enthusiastic for you.
yeah, yeah, really, really lucky that he and, Becca did our Q&A, but even he struggled to sum it up too, so I've and I'm struggling to sum it up, but I gotta work out but it is, it's a genre horror love story, I mean, I guess to kind of do the whole log liney thing first, it's a couple that's on the verge of divorce, goes into isolation together after a husband is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which I'm familiar with for myself, for my own
Which I
reasons.
only just learned about that. I
Yeah.
did not know that the whole week of Panic Fest.
I haven't come out with that yet. I was going to at some point. That I guess we can start creeping that out now. I was just trying to think about how to share that publicly.
That's
A good
hard, man.
friend. Yeah, well, a good friend told me, she was like, you can always say something, but you can't always unsay something. So be sure when you're going to say it. But it's been a few years now, and now that the movie's coming out, I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to talk about it now because, um, and I guess I can come back to that. But to finish the finish conveying what the film is. Yeah, this couple, they go into isolation so that this husband's experimental medical treatment can go to work on him because, like most of these real treatments, it drops your immune system, so you can't be around anybody. And then a roaming pack of masked killers and home invaders target them, and that's not the log line and too long winded, but that is the film.
it,
um, but
just for
what it
jokes.
really is, just is it's like a rock and roll love letter to my wife, who was really awesome during my own diagnosis, which is pretty cool. So since you saw it, like a lot of that was kind of my romantic ideation of how awesome and strong my wife was, and fighting doctors and stuff. Like if you caught in the act one, the wife got a little chippy with the doctor asking questions about the treatments and stuff. I mean, that was my wife. She was awesome.
Well, since we're on an audio medium, listeners won't be able to see, but I heard a number of people invoke Mandy, and now seeing you in your office, big ol' Mandy poster behind you that seems well founded. No, man, I
Yeah.
loved, and not just because I liked hanging out with you, genuinely, yeah, you put a lot of different things together that I would be like, if somebody just said on paper, here's all the things we're going to be putting together, I'd be like, huh. But watching it, and I had a very unideal viewing. I did not get to watch it in theater 2 with Joe Lynch and you. I watched it
Right.
on my laptop, but turned down the lights, popped in my noise canceling headphones,
Oh, you
had
turned
an
on the lights. Awesome.
had
I'll
an
take it.
incredible time with it. Like,
Oh,
that is
great.
one that I would love to see again with the crowd. Like, once it gets theatrical, love to see that with a crowd. It was like, yeah, I loved all the different things together, like a little bit of body horror, a lot of relationship stuff, home invasion. I liked the choice to be pretty low on the dialogue. You showed us and took us through things. Some stuff very grounded and normal, stuff we are very familiar with. Some stuff trippy, and maybe we wouldn't be quite sure what to do with it, but editing, the pacing, whatever it was, it all worked. Like, I didn't have questions about any of it. Even when it got nuts, I was like, yes, that makes
Oh,
sense,
that's
and I love it.
awesome. That's awesome. I'm so glad you had a good time with it. I know it's weird. I'm very lucky that sometimes I kind of hold my breath when people go, "So the pacing." I'm like, "Oh, here it comes." And they're like, "Great." I'm like, "Oh, wow." Because a few of those scenes that you're aware of, they intentionally go on a little long. And they're meant to lull you.
It's yeah,
Especially that very purpley and pink scene that's
the weirdo
2/3 of
vibes
the
were
way through.
just right. Like, you weren't being weird to be weird.
Yeah.
Like, you had a vision, and you and all of your departments aligned, and I thought the product was phenomenal. And, like, that's the kinda
Yeah.
thing, and I said it to the theaters dead. I said it to Catherine, like, that's why you go to film festivals, to find, like, the up and
Yeah.
coming people who, like, that movie ostensibly could only have been made by you because while it is home invasion-y, while it is relationship, while it is a little bit of body horror, like, that's you riffing on your own story without being overly navel gazing, but, like, your experience is what anchors that movie, not, "Oh, like, I'm referencing, like, Lost Highway or Mandy or whatever," like.
Yeah, I think somebody had said it, and it might have been you. I was so pleased to. So many people from Panic Fest were so good about going to Letterbox, and you actually showed me how to read the reviews. Yeah, remember you showed me how to read the reviews for films that are not released yet, and I couldn't
Mhm.
find the reviews. And somebody had said they were like, I feel the Mandy stuff, but none of it's a ripoff of it.
Totally.
It's a respectful nod to it. It's like you like someone's language, so you want to speak it without taking it. And I really appreciated that, because a lot of people will intentionally. It's I don't know. It's you don't enjoy it as much when somebody does just copy and paste
Oh,
something
yeah.
a little bit. And I mean, if you think about it, Mandy, that's 2018. That's 8 years ago now. That's
That's
8 years ago
ridiculous.
now.
That's
That
crazy.
means that the gap has been that long since we had that feeling. Um, from something like that. There's been plenty of cool things in between, but I remember watching that in 2018. I was like, my gosh, what is he doing? This is incredible. And, kind of like Mandy, it's a little, watching the screenings with an audience, we usually get about 5 or 6 audible reactions, some gasps here, some stuff there. One of them you commented on,
I
which
mean,
was nice.
I almost and I might have even just kinda clapped to myself at some of the moments, like, I am eager to experience Legions with a crowd.
Well, it's not what I'm noticing, it's not really a big crowd movie in the same way. Something like Frankie, where we're just roaring, right? Audience is just roaring. Um, from just how great and hilarious it is. From Dina's performance to Pierre's choices, music, editing, and just being hilarious with his own face. Um, uh, some of the things we would look over after, and this is our second time screening it, people were just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, man." I was like the kind of like hippie a little bit in a way where I was like, "Okay, that's cool. Like that's neat too." So yeah, it's really cool, man. I was really like you said a few minutes ago. I was sad to come home.
Same.
It
Well,
was it was neat.
really glad you got to, bring your film to us, and, look forward to championing it, as it comes out widely.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, gosh, I wish are we closing out? Is this final words?
Yeah. What do you got?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'd want to make sure that everything gets their respects. Rewind video bar is very cool.
Yes, it is.
Rewind video bar is fun. It's so perfect to have this all in one. We don't have to cross the street to go to the bar thing. You just go to the video bar in the basement. That's pretty cool. And then that little section of town. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that section of town
I
being
love North
local.
KC.
Yeah, but that whole little section of blocks was awesome.
Yeah.
Just to have options for coffee and breakfast and stuff in between in between the screenings. It was pretty. The whole layout's pretty cool.
It's
Screenland
choice.
is it's really cool, man. It's a great spot.
Tell your friends to come back to Panic Fest, but don't tell too many people about Kansas City. Trying to
Okay,
got a lot of
Kansas City
people
getting a
from
lot
the
of people moving there.
coasts investing in real estate.
Oh yeah, they seem to be doing
Come on
that
down here,
all over.
join us, but actually
No,
join us.
Panic is super cool, man. I'm
Yeah.
really glad. We were talking about it afterwards because if you met our group, we brought
You had an
Juan, our
amazing
editor.
group.
Yeah, it was guys who worked on the movie. Everyone was really and I'm proud of that because I don't. And I'm sorry if I'm overextending my welcome here
No, 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 you're
on the
good.
timeline, but it was really when you don't have union budgets, I'll just keep it at that. Which is a significant gap there. Um, and you're going to go into the trenches. You want to do it with people who you like, especially if the days get tough. Or if you're like me, it's my first film. I made mistakes. I made a lot of them. Um, you want good people around you. So, Austin, our DP, Juan Navales, the editor. I mean, Juan and I edited this thing for over a year and a half remotely.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, he has a full-time job, so it was just every Saturday, sometimes nights, when he would have gaps, vacations, things like that. I mean, once or twice we pulled a 24-hour straight edit because at least 6 months before we finished, I was like, "We're finishing this movie tonight." And then we would just do these big sprints and it would never really be done. We just tightened the screws until they were stripped. But yeah, it's a really nice group of people. I think every single person on the crew and cast, they're just really nice people. And that obviously it shows a lot when you get to, and but we were talking about it when we got back to our Airbnb up the road from the theater. And everyone's like, I think this was the perfect fest to come to, just because the
Totally.
vibe is just perfect, man. Really perfect.
No,
Yeah,
that was a
maybe there's
perfect movie for Panic. Like, right, just perfect.
yeah, I'm sure you guys and Adam and them, I'm sure they're all exhausted, but it's too bad it's only once a year.
We are exhausted, but we're also sad. I mean, feel free to come join. I mean, if you got some flexibility, October we like to have a lot of fun in October
Yeah,
as
some
well.
special events going on.
Yeah,
I'm sure with the
maybe.
theater.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Shocktober he has programming every day. Um, Rep Cinema, and then there may or may not be
and
some
the
special.
70 mil projector, right? Is that
Yeah,
staying
that just came in.
now?
We've
Is that
got that now.
staying? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
permanent?
yep. 70 and
Wow.
35. We got Vertigo this past weekend, and we got Super Mario Brothers, Jurassic Park, and Monkey Bone coming up.
Oh, that's great. We loved the couches up front. We started
So nice.
showing up early to snag the couches. 'Cause I was like, I don't know if I want to be in a couch. I think
Dangerous
I
for the
like the
late
turbo
night
seat.
screenings.
Very dangerous. Yeah. Or the first one in the morning after a late night at
Yeah.
Rewind Video Bar. Yeah. So those first screenings should probably be a little I don't know, jolty, keep you awake style
Yeah.
after that. But no, I mean it's really great. It was really great. Even the servers on the main level, the fact that you guys have food.
Staff was
Like,
phenomenal. And the food
yeah,
is killer.
the food is killer. And also too the very lax rules with eating in the theater, stuff like that. I'm just slamming my Kevin Bacon sandwich, watching The
That's my
Furious.
favorite.
Yeah, that thing's delicious. No issues. Yeah, I mean everybody was really great. It's
Well,
really great. I don't know what else to say.
glad you brought your film. Glad to meet you and be supporting it however we can going forward, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, man. The support. I very much feel the support. You know, another thing, they were so great interacting on social media. You know, I mean, reposting people's stuff. That's really nice to be seen like that. Like, you know, whoever's
Like
doing
you
it,
said,
Tim, Adam,
it does a real
reposting.
thing for
Yeah,
folks.
yeah. No, it's a huge thing when you know when I won't say their names, but the celebrities, if you will, who are at the festival,
Sure.
when they follow you on Instagram because you know Panic has reposted a photo of you and them
Yeah.
and your film, that's cool. You know, that's
Truly.
really, and you know the path to them finding you, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then one or two of them have messaged me since then. You know, one of them's from one of my favorite bands for when I'm young, and
Yeah.
they say, hey, I'm really excited to see your film. Wishing you the best. It's like, oh my gosh, what is? Yeah, I really can't say enough. It's very very, and I'm not just saying it because I'm here. I mean, I'm gonna. I tell you what, having tattoos at the festival, giving out free Panic
Oh,
Fest tattoos
yeah.
is very dangerous.
That was,
Yeah,
I got
and I
my
see you
little
got
cat.
my hand was trembling a little bit as I walked by a few
Not
times. I was like,
free.
no,
We pay our
no.
artists.
Sorry, I meant what was it? What were the people getting them? Was it paid for?
No. It was just like there's a QR for her Venmo, the artist.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's still dangerous that she was right
It
there and
was.
ready to go
She
and
she
doing
did
a
like
good.
almost
Yeah,
20. And I
that's
think
crazy.
me and Adam have both used her previously, and it sounds like she's going to be there for many events in the future. So
Yeah, her
get ready
continuity
next
was
year to get your
insane. By the
picnic
way,
tattoo.
it practically looked like a stick-on tattoo because the continuity was perfect every time I saw somebody with one.
She's a rock star.
Yeah, she was great. No, it's really I can't say enough, man. It's really awesome.
Well, man, excited. Congratulations on the movie. Hope
Thank
wish you
you.
all the success, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. No. You're fine. And this is just for me and you. We're not recording the video. This
Oh, shit.
audio,
Okay, cool.
beautiful, crisp audio.
I faked
Um,
cleaning my room for no reason.
See,
I stuffed
this
it
is the
all
B-roll
in the
here.
corner for no reason.
How's it going, man?
Good. Sorry if I sound a little weird. I'm a little sick, but we're here, brother. We're doing it. Sorry to reschedule 600 times.
Hey,
But,
it's okay.
you know,
I got in my head a little bit about it right away because I saw some of the people who literally like, and God bless them, like their full-time job is like doing influency type stuff, or for whatever reason they have enough of a net or they live at home, whatever it is. Like some people literally all day are posting stuff. Fantastic, great for them. But I can't do that. We hardly make any money. If anybody out there wants to sponsor us, and you're not like a super evil corporation, we'll definitely take that into consideration. But
do it
yeah,
if it's we need. Hey, do it if it's evil. We need money.
we're gonna get it out as soon as we can. But I saw your team post, and we can kind of do this in whatever order. But just off the top, I saw your team posting a number of stuff. You guys are hitting some other fests here pretty soon, huh?
We are. We're headed to Pocatello, Idaho. We're headed to Kansas. No, we went to Kansas City. We're headed to Cleveland. We're headed to Norway. I think one of those I'm not allowed to say. So, oh well, they shouldn't
Okay.
have told me anything.
Heck
That's
yeah.
on them. That's on them. I have no PR training. Come on now.
No, it's quite all right. And I'm just realizing that I only have your first name on the top of my Hogan. Okay. Janine Hogan, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad we finally did it. For the
Yeah, me
record, I would
too.
like to say if this is considered delayed for anyone listening, 100% Janine Hogan's fault. I will take that. Um, and I'm fine
No,
with
it's
it.
it's quite all right. We try to get things out as soon as possible, but as these things are evergreen, you guys are early in your run. Many audiences are still to see your movie and a lot of these other movies we're talking about. And we kind of get to like let Panic Fest live a little bit longer because we are it's a friggin' word. I'm dropping my conjuring it. That was the word I was going for.
We're bringing it back. Yes,
So Panic Fest, this was your first Panic Fest?
it was. It was all of our first Panic Fest. Watson, the director and my co-writer, has been a big fanboy for many, many years. He genuinely, like, this is not like we say this when people ask, and it's not a lie. When we talked about festivals he wanted to get in, Panic Fest was number one.
Amazing.
So,
Adam and Tim will love to hear that.
yeah, which is crazy. And I know he's told them that, but I can also vouch that is 100% true.
It's not a
So,
line, it's the real deal. And I
yeah,
love hearing that over the years, like next year is going to be our 15th year.
wow.
And like just to see the legacy and the reputation of like, obviously it's cool when the studios send us swag and their big movies to have premieres and stuff. But I love, and I'm sure that they love, like the next generation of like artists and the next wave and the next class of people making the new next cool things like esteem the festival.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was very surreal. It was my first time seeing the film, which was also fucking crazy. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Which was also fucking nuts. And it was so
Sold
cool to
out
have
show.
sold out. Yeah, it was very surreal. It was very yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy for sure. Still kind of pinching myself.
I mean, this year, it's so wonderful. I personally am prone to hyperbole sometimes, but it's so nice with the different people who we have on this, and we're definitely going to talk about the other things you saw and the other filmmakers and your experience regarding that. But so many of the filmmakers this year that I'm having on to talk to, like, I can be superlative genuinely. Like your guys' film, I'll say, I mean, there were 200 plus people in that theater, sold out theater one. If you're a Screenland, you know how raucous and wonderful it can get. We were laughing throughout darn near the whole movie. And I mean, Screenland, we love genre, we love horror comedies, but man, it's great to laugh with a theater. Like, I mean, I'm thinking of in the previous years, like the finale in Weapons, also several parts in Barbarian, and whenever we have like Evil Dead or sometimes the Friday Night Frights, like it's great when like moments get big laughs, but legitimately your movie constantly just the whole theater laughing together. That was amazing as a audience member. That must have been nuts. And that was your movie and your first time seeing that movie, seeing it play like that's got to be like the greatest screening in the world.
Yeah, it was definitely insane. Like leading up to it, it was like, oh, people are excited for it. And I was like, "Ugh, they just say that. Like yeah, they just say that to, I don't know, whatever. And then it sold out and I was like, oh, fuck, wait, okay. There is actually going to be people here to watch this. And then, yeah, a few minutes in, we started getting the laughs and I was like, holy shit. Like you see something land and get a bunch of laughs in this room full of people and you're like, oh, thank God I wrote that joke 3 years ago. Like, thank God that's
Sure.
funny. That holds up. Especially, I mean, I wasn't through the whole editing process. I wanted to see it in its final, best form. So that was my first time seeing it. Watson and the rest of the team, they all were watching every cut, giving notes.
I was gonna
So
say they probably must that must
especially
have been
for
really nerve-wracking.
Oh, Watson was shitting his pants for me to see it. And I was like, dude, it's insane that we're even here. Like, what are you talking? I'm going to love it no matter what. And then at the end, me and Lexi, who plays Tara, we were like, holy shit, thank God it's
She was
actually
the girl in the
good.
crazy dress?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, she was fun.
She's so funny. She's
I
great.
just
I
looked
love
her up
her.
also. She's got like a bajillion. She's like a crazy like DJ,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Just
She's
saw
a
that.
and she actually so Maddie, who plays Terrence in the movie, Maddie Carter-Ruppel, Sweet Boy, does this thing where he, like, goes to and we're developing a bunch of other new fun ones, so keep an eye out for
I'll
that.
bring him back next year.
Yeah, he will, like, try a day at someone's job, and he did it with Lexi and tried to learn how to be a DJ, and it was very funny. I mean, she's so great, and when she came into audition, it was like a no-brainer. Even before she walked into the room, Chris, who's Watson's partner, who also plays the reporter in the film, was
Okay.
outside in the main office, and before she even came into the room, she was like, "That's Tara, right?" Like, I knew that was Tara from the moment she walked in, and we were like, 100%. And
Nice.
she was so great, and it was obviously both of our first time seeing it, and we're like, "Okay, we have to sit next to each other." And then, like, as things were, like, getting laughs and stuff was, like, landing, we did that thing that you do, like, under the table when someone, like, says something crazy where you're like, tap, tap, tap. You're, like, hitting, you're like, "Oh, shit, look, look, look,
Like
look." It
we're
was
killing it. We're killing
yeah,
it.
I was like, "Oh, shit, like, thank God it's actually good." Like, that could have gone so badly. My favorite joke before the whole time when anyone would talk about it, I was like, "Ugh, I really hope I didn't get cut out," because I'm in most scenes, so that was my very dumb bit. But yeah, I mean, blown away by the team. In post, there were so many great people involved. We got, like, such good deals from people that just really, like, loved the project, and,
You got Doug Jones,
we got
genre icon.
Doug Jones, who's the sweetest man of all time. I will never
Bookend the
stop.
movie. That was really smart. You could probably get
Yes.
him in and out in a couple hours, and he's the bookend to your movie.
Thank you. Yes, but he insisted on staying for all of our coverage so we could get a good read. Because we were like, "Okay, we'll
What
shoot
a
you out."
pro. What
I
a
know.
pro.
Because 'Cause we're like, "Okay, we'll shoot you out. You're Doug Jones. You're a star." Like, I can't even believe that you're here, Like, we're so
Oscar
honored.
winning,
I
right?
it was,
We can
like,
call The Shape of Water
insane.
Oscar his, right?
Yeah, it counts. And yeah, he was like, "No," he wanted to stay, he wanted to give us a good
Amazing.
read for our coverage, and I was like, "What a king. What a sweet, sweet man." So he was yeah, I mean, yeah, he was the best. I can't say enough great things about King Doug.
But I mean, as both one of the writers and one of the leads in the film, I mean, it was just that must have been incredibly gratifying. Like, and it was also one of the things to transition to like General Fest. In some ways, like it was unique and very special, but also like it was also one of many like great, great movies. Like you guys were incredible. I think I gave it like 4.5 or 5 stars. And it's so nice. Adam always talks about, oh, like brag to your friends. You get to see this stuff early. It's so cool. Like you guys were one of the ones where it was the world premiere. Like you guys
Yes.
were seeing it first, but like we were all the first letterbox logs and all of the attendees, like whether we were press or just the regular attenders here in KC,
Mhm.
they got to have some of their reviews get put on like official, like using our stuff as advertising. And that's always very cool to see. Like, I was like, oh, like I know those, like those are my friends, like being like their blurbs being shared as some of
Yeah.
the first write-ups for these things. But all that to say, you guys incredible, but like this whole year, man, so many great ones. And I love that a lot of the filmmakers, they weren't just in and out in 2 days. A lot of you guys got to stay and support each other's movies and see others. So what were some of your, as an audience member, what were some of your other highlights?
Yeah, that was very important for us and as we were building our schedule. Terrence, who's the real life Terrence, not Maddie Carter-Ripple, is our line producer, and he's always working, and so he only was able to come in for, like, just the screening and then sorta had to fly out, like, almost immediately after, and so, for those of us that could stay, it was very important for us to be like, "Oh, everything looks so good. We wanna check out as much as we can," and so we were like, "How can we fill all of our time and still squeeze in our little baby naps? Because we need little baby naps."
Oh my gosh, yeah, you
Um,
can't, because the way they stack it, like you could just kill yourselves trying to see
yeah.
everything. You need
For
to take a
me,
break.
It's for me, it's Loner. Charlie, it doesn't hurt that he's the sweetest man on the planet.
So good.
Like,
He was a sweetie pie, but what I
but
finally caught up with that one. I didn't get to see that with you guys when it screened, but I caught up with it on a screener. Man,
mhm.
what a banger.
Yeah, I was blown away because he pulled off something that's incredibly hard to do, where there's mostly just one person on screen for the entirety of the majority of the film, and that's really hard to not be boring. It's really hard to not be like, overstay its welcome, as a couple of our Letterboxd reviews says. Um, and
Yeah,
about
no, like
Letterboxd,
90% of that movie, he was a one-man show.
yes, and it was, like, incredible to be able to pull that off, and he acted his little pussy off, and, yeah, big fan. So that was my favorite, and then, um, I think is it Don't Sleep Alone? It was the Argentinian film?
Oh, yeah, you were saying how much you liked that. Yeah, the respectfully, those hotties that just came in and
Hotties,
out and
dude.
stole everybody's hearts.
I know, they were like, "Yeah, we're whatever, we're married, we make movies," and I was like, "Okay, literally marry me, both of you." So hot. And also great artists, great filmmakers, but
I need to
also
see that one.
so hot. Oh, you have to. It's really, really good. I really liked that. Um,
What was the
those
elevator
were my
pitch? That was the night terrors or something? Or
the
sleep paralysis?
yes, sleep paralysis. Yes. Very
My
scary.
apologies.
Very, um, spooky, but surprisingly also funny. There were some moments where I
Nice.
didn't expect it to, for our film, it's very clearly in any of the promo, posters, trailers, even just knowing the premise, you're like, "Okay, there's gonna be comedy in this." So, there were some moments, like, in that film where I was surprised that, we all got a laugh, and that was really fun for me because 'cause I'm a comedy girly at heart, and, like, the horror world is sort of new to me. So I'm always a
Transfers
sucker.
very well. People are finally finding that out.
Yeah,
Or I think
all it
people
took
are
was
re-finding
Jordan
that out.
Peele. Yeah, all it took was Jordan Peele, and then everyone was like, "Okay, I guess comedians can do this."
Well, no, I do need to see Don't Sleep Alone. Did you get to, make it to any of the shorts, the long or the short versions of any of those?
No, I didn't. We had them scheduled, and then it also was tough because, honestly, there was just too much good stuff. Like,
There was.
it was hard to be like, "Oh, but this is at the same time as this," and, like,
There were
like
some
were like
brutal choices because everything audience members, I think we might have said this earlier in the show, everything only plays once. It's not like
yeah,
there's 2 or 3 screenings and you can kinda space it out. Like, Panic Fest, this year in particularly, I feel like, was an embarrassment of riches. It's always good, but, like, so many bangers, and
so
you
many.
have to choose, and you
Yeah,
can't see everything or else, like, one of the days, Saturday or Sunday, I booked tickets for every time slot, but 1 or 2 I just had to take off and just take a break. Some I
same.
would, like, do interviews or do, like, some mingling or rubbing shoulders or just getting a sandwich, getting one of those Kevin Bacons and taking a rest or going for a
Mhm.
walk or getting a cup of coffee, like, and then get back to it. Or just being like, "Okay, I can't watch 3 movies in a row and have it land."
Yeah, I need a breather. So, yeah, it was tough. I mean, it's, like, a good problem to have to be like, "There's too many good
Totally.
ones." Like, "Oh, how can I choose?" But, yeah, we tried to squeeze in as much as we possibly could and, still wish we coulda seen more, but
Well,
they
Janine,
were all
love the
great.
movie. You wrote it. You were one of the writers. You acted in it. Congratulations on all of the great reviews. What I mean, audience members who haven't heard it, look out for it. Do you guys have any plans or distribution, like theatrical, digital, other than like once you do? How long do you imagine the festival run will be?
Um, there's some conversations, I think is all that I'm supposed to say. Uh,
Gotcha.
I don't we don't know yet. Nothing is, set in stone. We're excited to do a bunch of festivals. I think we're in, like, 6 and still waiting to hear back from, I think, like, 30.
I
Um,
mean, I couldn't imagine if people actually like the Panic Fest write ups alone. I'm sure I'll be able to.
I mean, even before anyone saw the film, just getting into Panic Fest, we got distribution offers. So
That's what's up.
just knowing that that's how cool the fest is, and it gave us that cred even before anyone could see it. And also, none of our Letterboxd reviews showed up for a very long time. We had to reach out to them because we were like, "It's so weird. No one said anything for
Because when
weeks."
like you set the release date, it kind of makes it hard to see.
It
I was
it
talking with
it
some other filmmakers about that.
it was so strange because then, yeah, we had to like reach out to them, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, well, you're gonna have like 40 coming through," and we were like, "Oh my god, 40 at once for us to cope with." I really hope most of them are
So
good.
you're a review reader?
Yes, yes, I am. Yeah, I am.
Well,
Should
with
I?
this one,
I don't know. So
I
far, it's
mean,
been alright.
if I made stuff, I would absolutely like. It couldn't not. But
You can't not.
thankfully, you had incredible collaborators, and you made something great. If it gets theatrical distribution, that would be amazing. But this is one comes out on Tubi, Apple. If you get a physical release, this is one to look out for. Watch with some friends. It was so fun. Like, I think I would probably laugh. I'm sure if I watched it on my own. But like, demonetize, I feel like would just be a great one. Like one of
It's
those.
a group.
Like, yeah,
It's
every
a
now and
really
then. Like that's when
fun.
bring it back to the theater to like go see with a big crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that's would be amazing. It's definitely like a fun, bring your friends, which was always the hope, that people would be like, "This is good. I wanna see this with other people." Because, yeah, I mean, the energy in the theater was crazy.
Yeah,
I
remember when we used to like go with our friends to see comedies and laugh together in a theater? That was
Yeah.
cool. We should do that again.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta bring that back, because it is, I mean, in honestly, both horror and comedy, it's just such a different experience in a theater. Everyone talks about, like, big scale movies like Fast and the Furious and all these things where they're like, "You need to see that in a theater, like, that's a theater movie." I fully think that horror and comedy are the 2 because just having that community, it makes it funnier when we're all laughing together. It makes it
Totally.
scarier when we're all jumping together and we're all on the edge of our seats and sort of just being like, someone goes to do something and you hear someone in the corner go, "Oh no." It's like we're
Yeah,
all in it
it's the best.
together, which is the best. So that's always been the hope, and I'm so glad that it felt like that and people think that it's good for that environment.
Well, hope you can come back with new movies, but come back and join us next year. If you're ever in KC, let us know. But yeah, wonderful movie, and look forward to seeing your guys' success and whatever's next for you guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for chatting. Yeah, man. Panic Fest, go, dude. Go watch. It's a fucking dream.
Pretty sure you are the first shorts creator I've had on this
Oh,
show
cool. Oh,
this
wow.
this year.
Well, that's
So
thank you.
yeah, I really did love it. Okay. Well, Amber, happy belated birthday and
Thank you.
welcome to the Substance, and excited to kind of look back at Panic Fest now that it's been a week or so.
Yeah, me too. It was great time.
Really had a wonderful time meeting you and so many of the other creators. You weren't there for that long though, right? Did you have to kind of dip out early? Do I remember that right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I really wanted to stay for the closing night specifically to, I mean, see more of the shorts, but also see Hokum and Leviticus.
Hokum
I was really
have
sad
you seen it
that I
yet?
missed that. No.
Okay.
As soon as it comes out, I'm gonna make an effort to go
Yeah,
see it while I'm
listeners, I
in
mean,
there.
obviously, if you've seen the logs coming, the letterbox logs and the reviews coming out, Hokum was so fun. It's actually interesting. Adam, I heard him on a podcast recently, kind of explain them the opposite ways, Hokum and Obsession. But I thought Hokum was very much like a roller coaster. But what I meant, like, it was thrilling, it was scary, but it was so fun. There were laughs. Like, I thought Hokum was just a blast from beginning to end, and like
I'm
the
really
ending was a
excited.
good ending.
Yeah, no, I'm sad we missed that. Zoe and I both had to leave on Sunday to get back. But
Well, it's sad
we
to see.
came in.
I was so pumped that you guys were able to hang out. Like, it was great meeting you, and I don't mind saying I loved the heck out of your short. It was
Thank you.
thrilling and fun and fun. Well, I guess let's start since we're talking about it.
Sure.
tell the audience, pray for us, PREY.
Yes.
Where did that come from? What were you guys aiming for with that?
So I wish that I could claim any of the like genius behind it, but Zoe did write it and direct it and edit it. I was lucky enough to get to step into the shoes of Heidi um, and to produce it. But it's the full script is an hour-long pilot thriller that actually won second place at Slamdance. I hope to God I'm getting that right. And has a lot of other acknowledgments, and I just fell in love with it when I read it several years ago, and we both were itching to work together and work on something, so we put our heads together to figure out the best way to make it a proof of concept. And so we took the first, I think, 6 pages of the script. Zoe had to do some edits just purely because of like budget reasons and also weather reasons when we were shooting. And we shot the cold open as a proof of concept. And it's now a short on its festival run.
It's killer. No disrespect. I didn't get to see as many. I still saw some shorts and some of the long forms, which were very cool also. I didn't see as many shorts as I wanted to see.
I wish I could have seen more shorts. That was like, I feel like that's the one thing that at every festival we've been to, it's like, I wish that I could see more programming.
Totally.
And I think I got to see more programming at Panic than I have at past festivals, which was great. But getting in to see the shorts blocks, I just was at times that were like, I don't know, I'm making excuses. I would have liked to see
That's
them.
a credit to Adam and Tim. One of the
Yeah.
things I know they do very specifically is give shorts, in particular, the love of theatrical screening experience. Like a lot of short filmmakers maybe will get to screen it in one of their local theaters to like check for sound or whatever, or maybe it'll get dumped off somewhere. Like if you're at a big festival, like maybe there's like a long shorts block of things that aren't necessarily like curated together. But I do really love that about Panic. But since everything only plays once, sometimes it's just hard to catch.
Yeah. Yeah, but also, I mean, getting to meet a lot of the other shorts directors and get access to their shorts after the fact and seeing everybody's work. It was just, the programming was incredible.
So proof of concept, you want to talk about the pilot? Like what's I loved, I mean, female serial killer. Like it's pretty much an in and out. Like when you say,
Yeah, the
when you guys
log line
said-
is technically, it's a small town serial killer with an affinity for killing useless men meets her match when a rival encroaches on her turf. So it does turn into a fucked up romance. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
It's, Zoe calls it the most fucked up romance in the Midwest.
I like that a lot.
And I just love it. Yeah.
So if anybody's listening has connections to TV people, give them a call.
Yeah. The funny thing about it that I think some people, and this is just what happens with the proof of concept, is we've noticed that sometimes it, without the context of the fact that it is a proof of concept, sometimes people are like, well, the twist was obvious. Like it was kind of obvious that something was up with her, which I get that being a frustration, because with short films or like with something that's like stands on its own, you want there to be that. I think it pays off on its own, but
I mean,
it's
you guys
also
made
like,
it as
it's
an
not a
objective-
twist.
Yeah.
It's a premise. Like technically this 6 minutes is the premise of it gives the thesis, it gives everything, and as a setup, not necessarily, I mean, I think it does live on its own. That was the goal, that we made a short film that wasn't just a proof of concept, that's something that can live and breathe.
I mean, I'm excited about the concept, and I hope the right person sees it and you guys get the phone call saying we're going to bankroll a pilot and try to make it. But
yeah, we could make it cheap. We believe in it. Nashville is a generous, passionate, talented city, and we loved shooting the short here, and we'd love to keep working here. So.
But even just as a short setup, payoff, it was so fun, so thrilling and exciting. Like you guys was it only 6 minutes? You said 6-7 minutes?
It's 6.5 minutes, including the credits, and we wanted to make the credits no longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah, like
so it's a 6-minute short.
It does so many things. Like it's fun, it's funny, it's exciting, it's like sexy, it's all of the things. You get a good kill, you all of those things in 6 minutes.
Yeah, it I don't know, if every time I watch it, because I feel like I forget sometimes when we get to a festival of like, oh, I get to watch it again. And it's fun to go on the ride with the audience too. Especially, honestly, Panic was my favorite audience to sit in and listen
That's
to. And
what's
we've
up.
been really lucky. Like our first festival, we screened at Nashville Film Festival 3 separate times. And then at Proof, we screened twice. And so we've had the luxury of like being in the audience a lot of times and getting to listen to it and see the responses. And Panic was it was the right audience, which was really exciting and
We are the
really
right audience
affirming
for
as
your
a
genre.
exactly as a
Fans.
genre. Not to say that any of our audiences were bad. It was just there's something about being so vocal and so excited, and like even before, like the first line is my favorite thing about men is how gullible they are. People laughed
That got a
halfway
big laugh
between that
right
line.
away.
Well, they laughed before we even hit the punchline, and it was just like I was like, okay, like this is really exciting.
You found
This
your
is
people.
yeah, exactly. We really did find our people, and it was again affirming and very exciting.
And that one shot that's on all the stills and your sticker, like that's like a heck
Yeah.
of a shot.
That's I mean, Luke Holiday is just the most talented DP, and I always like tell him that his camera operates as another character, the way that he sees things. And he also did our color that we
It
also
looked
get a lot
also
of
great. Like it
compliments on.
looked
Yeah.
legitimate. That was
Yeah.
another thing with the lion's share of the shorts that I watched in particular. They all looked like
They
real
looked
productions.
yeah. Yes.
They didn't look amateur. Like obviously non-derogatory, like you could tell people were working within confines, but
Totally.
none of them are like, oh man, this is like some amateur, like they threw this together. Like it felt like a real production.
Yeah, no, I was really impressed with the shorts that I saw, and I mean, again, the audience reaction was also it was fun to be a part of it and fun to be in those audiences. Especially, I mean, shifting a little bit, the audiences in general, like I hadn't seen You're Next before. Right?
Oh
This was the
yeah,
first time that I got to
opening night.
see it.
Okay,
Opening night,
audiences, if you missed out, that was a historic screening
it was
at
great.
Panic Fest in Kansas City because this was our 14th year. We only just installed and we're one of a small handful around the whole country theaters that are 35 and 70 millimeter capable that aren't New York and LA. Like we have one. And that was our first screening on film at Panic Fest. And it
It
was
was really
such a
cool, but it
delight.
was like not to say that I wouldn't have enjoyed it had I not watched it in that setting, but I was so excited that that was the first time that I had seen it because I do think that there's something to like watching a horror thriller film like this. It's just better
It was
when you're in a
every
room.
single kill she got in that movie, like applause.
Yeah. And then same with Obsession was just I keep telling all of my friends I'm gonna kidnap them and take them to see Obsession with me when it comes out in theaters because I want to watch them watch it.
Obsession and Hokum, man. I want to just like if I was infinitely
Horror in
wealthy and
May.
society wasn't burning right now, I would just like anytime I would like look for sold out screenings and just go see
Yeah.
those movies with sold out screenings and just have that experience.
I'm gonna
again.
have to buy, I think, an unlimited like movie. I don't have one yet, and I should an unlimited movie pass like purely for the month of May to go see
Killer
all
month.
of the horror movies that are coming out this month.
Okay, you mentioned Obsession. Before we get to that, you were
Yeah.
in Shorts Block 1, which was a
Yes.
killer block of shorts. What
Yeah, we
anything
were
else
lucky.
stand out to you?
Oh my gosh. I really liked Itch. That was, I think,
That was
just because
creepy. That was
it was.
fun.
I loved the payoff and the setup. I thought it was shot really beautifully. Which is, you know, I'm a big fan of some nice visual payoff. And I am going to I cannot remember the name of the last short,
The
but
Bones Exist.
yes, The Bones Exist. I was
I
gonna
love Kelsey. That filmmaker is honestly probably my favorite short, like my favorite filmmaker who thus far has exclusively made shorts. Everything she's made, I love. That was another banger.
yeah, the VFX on that were incredible.
And that was her and her husband.
That's yeah. I kept like looking at it and I was like, how did they do that? It looks
Insane.
It looks perfect. Yeah.
Okay, this is maybe not for audiences, but for you, I might leave this in.
Okay.
It's several places now. Actually, I think you can watch it solo. Do you know the Altered YouTube channel that does a lot of short
Yeah.
horror? I'm pretty sure it's on Altered, but it's in other groups of shorts. She made maybe my favorite short horror that I've seen in the last several years. It's called
Ooh,
Inked. It is
okay.
a woman's father is a criminal and gets executed, and she gets a tattoo that has his ashes mixed in it, and
Oh,
it's a
is it the
haunted
haunted
tattoo.
tattoo?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I haven't seen it. I have heard about it, so I need
So
to watch
good.
that.
So freaking
Oh
good.
God, has his ashes mixed into it? That just sounds
I saw
like
that
a
a couple years ago at
biohazard.
Screenland at the Etheria Film Fest,
Wow.
and then I went and watched everything she did, and then I saw her new short was this year, and I was like, I'm going to that. Which actually, that short is what pretty much sold me on that shorts block, which was why I was there.
Oh, amazing. Well, grateful.
And all throughout, because I don't think anybody else has mentioned it yet, because that was a smaller screening in theater
In
too.
the smaller room,
I
yeah.
thought Undead was hilarious and amazing,
Yeah.
and kind of like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm pretty sure that gag has never been done before.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know if
was
I've ever seen
I
that
thought it was an
zombie
original
gag
take.
done before.
Yeah, an original take on, like, comedic zombie tropes,
There's been
which
so many
yeah.
humorous or lighthearted takes on zombies. I don't think I've ever seen that
I don't think I've ever seen that, no.
in like
I
60
love
some
his
years of
sticker.
zombies.
The sticker he gave me,
Yes.
it's the Uno reverse.
Yeah.
I really, really like.
Okay, you mentioned Obsession. Anything else stand out from the fest that you want to shout out?
Oh, Don't Sleep Alone, I really, really enjoyed. I thought that was a fantastic
Argentinian one?
yeah, fantastic film. I don't know, I didn't see anything I didn't think was great. I think that was the I wish that I had been able to stay and see more things, but I had to drive home Sunday, and I came in, I think, just in time for the opening events on Thursday. So,
I think you and Zoe
um
both also 5-starred Loner as well.
oh my God, why am I forgetting Loner? Thank you. Not only did I 5-star Loner, Charlie is one of the kindest people I have ever met. He stopped us. So I said Zoe. Zoe Kerr is my creative partner,
Yes. Sorry,
writer,
I just
director,
threw out Zoe
editor.
too. Yes.
No, I also didn't say her full name. We were like coming back from eating after our shorts block, and Charlie had seen it, and he stopped us on the street and was congratulating us. And then another team of filmmakers came up behind him and were like, as he was explaining what his film was about, Loner, and they just started saying, "We've heard so many incredible things about it. We love it." And then they disappeared. And we immediately got tickets to his film, and it was like the most fun, not only to sit there and watch next to him, but I mean, I think I said in my review that this is like the future of found footage horror, and I like fully believe that, because it's nothing I've ever seen before as far as like how funny it was
It
and
was
how
very
he's
funny.
able to carry an entire film on his own with I think one other person
A few very
occasionally.
small supporting
Very small,
roles.
not to yeah, I guess there are a few.
Yeah, there's
Not
one
to
small one in the middle that's important, and then
yes.
the wrap up at the end, there's 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
But like 95% of the movie, it's a one-man show. It's crazy.
Yeah. I can't, but thank you for
And the
why
tonal
would I have
shifts of
forgotten
Loner
that?
to
I'm so
like,
sorry.
it goes from like a sad kind of melancholic drama to
Yeah.
very scary to very funny,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in and out. So it was masterful, really.
And it was terrifying. I have this great phobia of flashlight POV in anything, and Don't Sleep Alone also had that. And those were probably, I don't know why those are the two that get me in, all the other horrifying things I
I
watched.
really
But
need to catch up with Don't Sleep Alone. I need them to send me a screener. I wasn't able to catch that.
the anytime that there is a camera and it's first perspective POV and there's a flashlight and that there's something
Somewhere.
there. Like Weapons obviously did that really well in the basement, but
The
like
greatest.
I can't do that. And there was so much of that in Loner that was so
The
well
woods
done.
are scary.
The woods are terrifying. And especially the woods that they chose. I mean, and he talked about this, like the woods that they chose to go film
Gorgeous.
in are some of the oldest. Like some of the oldest land.
Like free
think.
special effects. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much, but like the way that it was so like, it didn't seem like a money decision. It seemed like a creative decision.
Yeah.
It hardly showed anything.
Yeah. Well, and when they did though, like the special effects were fantastic. That heart, sorry, I am like spoiling things,
No, that's
but like
okay.
the heart prop, I'll say,
Honestly, the
was
breath
disgusting.
of the entity alone was scary.
Yeah. Well, all of the, like, one takes that they did inside of the cabin or the, you know, the getaway house
Yeah,
or
little
whatever it was.
glamping thing, whatever.
The glamping cabin, oh god, what did he call it? The, like, Architectural Digest something,
Yeah.
whatever that line was, but yeah, like, the moments with the light swinging and again, it's all the flashlight camera POV, but,
Yeah, a lot of the scary stuff, they let the audience kind of fill in the blanks. And it
yeah,
didn't feel like, oh, they didn't have the money to put a special effect. Like, it was just so well done. And he carried
yeah.
it.
He carried it, he made me laugh, made me cry, he made me
Yeah, like you
scream.
hated the guy, you loved the guy, you thought he was
Yeah,
hilarious, it really took you on a journey.
yeah,
And
no,
like
and again,
probably the
Charlie is one of the
saddest
nicest
ending.
people.
One of the
Yeah,
saddest, I feel, or not as sad as maybe too broad, like somber. Like I
yeah,
left that going, whew, and like I really was like considering life.
yeah. I was so grateful that he pulled us off the side of the street and said very nice things to us so that we could then become his friend and also say some very nice things to him because he deserved it.
Well, that was another thing that happens sometimes at Panic Fest, but this year
Yeah.
I loved how many wonderful, like everybody seemed like a cool person, and so many filmmakers
Yeah.
were like loudly and proudly so many filmmakers were loudly and proudly supporters of each other at the fest.
Yes. Yeah, and even after the fact of the amount of people that I've been able to just like stay in touch with and you know, keep track of them and see where their film's going or it's
Yeah, I'm rooting
been
for everybody on their festival
really,
runs.
yeah,
Like the
it's
demonetized
exciting.
people are hitting all of the fests.
Yeah.
Like
We're seeing a
Loner, the
few
Oceans, you guys, like
We're trying. There's a few that I'm seeing that I didn't get to see the shorts at
okay,
Panic, but they're gonna be at Salem. And I don't know like the schedule yet, but I'm like would love to like not only see their shorts at Salem, but also like meet them and be like,
hang
we
out.
missed each other at Panic, but we're here. And
I love that.
it's definitely exciting. This was technically our first genre festival that we had screened at. So
Well, see, and that's
um
where you find it. They've done such a good job. Adam and Tim and Eric and everybody, like they've done so, and it's been cool to be part of. Like this year, I signed up as a volunteer. Like I wanted to go the press way. I thought about it, but I was like, I also want to like help out because it's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, like the way that they've cultivated both the high creative standard reputation, like when you play Panic, like people like see that as a badge that means something, but also like you see it with audiences who love it and who want your film to be awesome.
Yeah. No, that was it was just again like the most encouraging audience and encouraging filmmakers and people like so many nice new friends and so many people that we get to root on too, which is exciting.
Well, what do we have to look forward to? I'll put your socials and things like that in the show notes, but
Sure.
where do you want to send people? What do you want to leave them with?
Well, for Pray For Us, the next thing that we've got is actually I leave tomorrow. I don't know when this airs. I leave tomorrow to go to Salem Horror. I'm meeting
Probably won't be
Zoe
out in Salem, but we
in
will be promoting
nah.
you guys on the socials
But
before that.
we'll be in Salem, Massachusetts for Salem Horror Fest, which sounds like a very spooky good time. And yeah, we're still on our festival run, but we're still waiting to hear back as you do, you know, from
Sure.
the remaining fests. I don't
Are you guys cooking up or anything? You kind of like, I would love to see this get a series.
we would also love to see this get a series. What I'll say is that we're still approaching like avenues for
Sure.
how that
I'm sure
could
some
be
people maybe
done.
want it to be a feature too, and you kind of have to, if you
We
do want
actually
it, it makes it kind of
yeah,
hard to
and
do the
that's
other.
yeah, I know that Zoe's really intent on she has this brilliant 3-season outline and she has, you know, every episode in season 1 planned and
Send this, listeners, send this to the right people. Get this in the right
yeah,
hands.
she's brilliant. It deserves to be a show. I mean, obviously, like I know that she would write an incredible feature. It would definitely change the narrative. But it would be I love everything she writes. So I'm biased, obviously, but I'm also right.
And I can vouch
Um,
as somebody who did not have any hand in making it. It rocked, and I was like, I absolutely want more of that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I mean, we wanna make more. We want the team to get to make more. Like, I think that everyone that worked on this team, is just so incredibly talented and deserves more work, um, more of the kind of work that they wanna be doing, so,
Totally.
yeah, that's yeah, I think that that's I don't know what else to
No,
plug.
that's
I don't know
great.
if there's
Well,
anything else.
Amber, love the film. Love getting to meet you and
Yeah,
Zoe.
you as
And
well. You were one of those very nice people I'm talking about,
well,
so
thank you.
yeah.
I had a wonderful time meeting you guys. I will be here to cheerlead and share and make connections as often as I can. But wonderful meeting you and wishing you guys all the luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that we're able to finally make this work.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for making the time to talk.
Yeah, dude. So your film Foreverly, and by the time we're recording now, it's a little bit after Panic Fest, and the winners have been announced, and you guys got two of the big trophies.
Yes, which I'm both surprised and thankful for.
Yeah, best of the fest long form short. So just best long form short film, and then Paula Marquez, best actress.
Yes, yes. Best actress for a long form short.
So how did you connect? Was that your first time working with her?
Yes, yes. It's the first time working with her. So I shot the film in Venezuela, which is where I'm from originally. And there's a lot of great artists and actors and actresses there, but of course the talent pool is just smaller. It's just a smaller industry, right? And there are very specific requirements in terms of casting for the role. They had to look a certain way, but also I wanted them. A big thing is that I wanted the protagonists to really look like kids. And what so often happens in film and TV is that there's a quote unquote teenager, but they look like they're 26 or 27.
Totally.
So it was just a standard audition process. She sent in her audition, and yeah, I saw her in person. I just like felt just a connection. There's just something so intuitive and about her acting, and also an emotional openness about her too, that I think really gave a lot to the film.
Yeah, no, it was. So I got to see the long form shorts #1 block that it was a part of,
Mhm.
and I feel like, man, like we always selection at Panic Fest is always an important thing, but I was impressed that that whole block was really, really wonderful stuff.
So I heard they all seem so strong, and it's tricky because I think like with short films, there's sort of like an unspoken slash very spoken rule that is like 50 minutes is the maximum length you want because it increases chances your odds of being selected for logistical reasons. And having a festival, but sometimes having a longer short film allows for certain stories to like have more depth and really develop. And yeah, having a space like that where longer films have a home, it's really a gift. And I'm glad that the selection allowed to present films that made the most out of that time.
Yeah, I know. And one of the other wonderful things about Panic Fest is like the audience and the filmmakers getting to rub shoulders. I talked to several of the filmmakers who were there. They also responded really well to your show. Did you get to see like the letterbox reviews or social media posts, all that, all the love you guys are getting?
Yes. So in a way, that's why even though I wasn't there, and I so wish I had, because of what you're saying, like the interaction with the audience, like the Panic Fest audience is sort of like legendary, and you can even feel it from abroad. But in a way, I almost felt like I attended because of how just generous and just excited the reactions were, and people reaching out to me through DMs, being like, "I love your film," which I'm very flattered about, of course. And then the letterbox reviews were also like fantastic. We went from having very little letterbox reviews to having like a bunch just because of Panic Fest.
Well, no, that's what it's all about. So, yeah, I am really interested in the format of long form shorts. So, 22 minutes is what you guys ran. Like, how do you make that decision? Like, how do you decide? And sounds like such a dumb interview question, but like, what made this a 22-minute film idea versus like just a bing bang boom, like 10-minute short? Or is the plan to maybe make this a feature? Is this kind of a showcase? Or is this just kind of a short story kind of idea for you?
That's actually a really good question, like not dumb at all. I think that there was a lot of debate about shortening the film, because again, there's like the school of thought that is like you want to be done in 15 minutes, and 22 is considered sort of like up there. The moment there's a 2 instead of a 1 in front of your runtime, people get freaked out.
Sure.
But I think ultimately the reason why we opted, and I opted really to have the film be longer, is because the story needed it. For you to feel the story and the shift from what seems to start as a romantic drama and a slice of life into like slowly twisting into this sort of like claustrophobic situation, you needed that runtime to really feel it. But we made sure also that the editing was very like fast, and that really one comment that we have gotten from people has been, your film does not feel like 20 minutes. It really goes by really fast, and that's a choice that we made
Genuinely, yeah.
in the thank you. That's a choice we made in the editing, because we allowed scenes sort of like, it happened and we move forward, and that also lent the film sort of like this sense that it's not only about like a situation, it's about like a season in someone's life, and how that unfolded. Um, but additionally, yes, we are thinking of developing this into a feature. We're currently developing it into a feature film. So there's always intended sort of like, okay, if it's a short film and it just ends up being that, it has to stand on its own. But we are also developing into a feature, and a lot of the commentary we had from people has them going off the bat saying this has to be made into a feature. And you just see it in the tea leaves for this movie, and like it just feels like there's more here to explore in a good way. They want to see more, so we're definitely in
No,
that.
absolutely. I know that one of the filmmakers we had on this show, Cody Wilson, his letterbox was like, "Yeah, give me more," and I kind of felt the same way. Like the like the punch, like the main punchline of what you're hitting, like the I want to say gag, but like the device that holds this all together is really wonderfully executed in a short. But I absolutely feel like everything, all the story and the characters are strong enough to make that into a really wonderful feature.
Thank you. No, I would love that. It's so funny because like making a short film has its own. People always see like feature as like a bigger mountain to surmount, and in some logistical ways it is. But a short film is its own thing. It's its own art form in a way, like its
Yeah, you
own
still got to
challenge.
fundraise, you still got to get locations, you still got to rehearse and block and edit. Like you still got to do all that.
Yeah, and it's this thing that is like there's like this. I think it was Cortázar who said Julio Cortázar who said it. He said about novels and short stories, but I apply it to features and short films, which is feature films can win by points. Short films have to win by knockout.
Sure,
And I
totally.
feel I have been so long in like the mind frame of like this has to like win, be like impactful in 22 minutes. That now going to like the into like a sort of like what's the word? Acclimatizing myself to a longer runtime is gonna be its own challenge. But I'm excited for it. It also opens so many exciting doors to play with the story, and the concept.
Do you think you'll use the same cast?
I'd like to. I'd like to. There's so many things that we have to like. There's so many challenges or not challenges, questions in terms of like funding and you know
Sure.
times like funding bodies from wherever they are. They may have requirements about and also logistical question about like where it's like cheaper to shoot. But I would love to work those people, all of them again.
Had you worked with any of those before, or were these all mostly new, like people who you auditioned or found for the project?
Some of them I've worked with in the sense that we were into like acting school together in Venezuela. So Isaac is a really great friend of mine, and he played the grandfather, and we went to acting school together. So I've worked, and we co-directed something before, and he's like, I have a lot of kinship with him. And then Diana, on the same acting school, she plays the mom of like Paula in the movie. But some of them, and then Richard, the dad of the protagonist, like I wrote a feature film that he acted in. So that's how we met.
Okay, he was in your feature. I saw you had written a feature before.
I co-wrote it. Yeah, I co-wrote The Shadow of the Sun, directed by Miguel Ferrer. I co-wrote it with him, and it was Venezuelan's selection for the Academy Awards a couple of years ago. So that's how
There
we
you
met.
go.
Thank
Okay,
you.
man. Oh man. So, not that you have to be. Obviously, you're doing the feature of this. Is the feature your main focus, or do you have other ideas in the hopper that you're trying to
You
flesh
know,
out?
there's multiple things we're trying to flesh out. Of course, as I get closer to like production, I feel like I almost have like different like gas pedals, and then I want to keep it in a way that like eventually I'll press the gas pedal more and allow the others to like ease on them, but not fully ease on them. So they're still like churning, but that one will become my main focus eventually.
Well, yeah, I seeing it with an audience in a theater, because you don't get to see shorts in the theater hardly ever, but a long form short I feel like is even more rare. Like I've seen plenty of short film showcases and things like that, but one of the things I do love about Panic Fest is that you get to see stuff like this. And yeah, seeing that with a theater was just a wonderful experience.
I'm so jealous. I have yet to see it with like a proper big audience, Like it's been to a couple of festivals now and like I haven't experienced that, but I will be experiencing it in La Leaf in Los Angeles in a couple of weeks and I cannot wait, honestly. I'm so excited for
I
that.
hope it's a really good crowd. Like what I've heard from a few other the filmmakers is that like at Panic Fest you get a crowd that's there for genre movies, not just because some fests that are all sorts of movies, like yeah, like okay, this is a little horror elements, and the audiences can go, oh, but like at Panic Fest we're ready for that.
Yeah, you're hungry for it. That's why. Like it's just like Panic Fest. I was there a few years ago with another film called A Noise That Carries, another short film. And even again, it's just from abroad, you can feel it. It's just like pulsating with life and people are so excited. Just like the horror crowd is the best crowd, I think. It
I
always will be.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Well, man, congratulations on the wins. Hope that as you do the more festival run, you get more eyes and ears on it. You continue to rack those up, and yeah, you get in the hands of the right people. In a couple years, you bring back the feature for us here at Panic.
I so hope so. I am so excited for that. And it was such a pleasure talking to you today.
First off, congratulations on the film. We just had the premiere. I checked online with dates and stuff. Is this your first chronological? Is this your directorial debut? Because it looks like you've had a few close together.
Yeah, so actually, Bring the Law that I did with Mickey Rourke and Peter Facinelli and Danielle Harris, that actually was my directorial debut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
The Last Chance Motel actually started coming together in the middle of that. We already had the script, we already knew that we wanted to do it, and then I had cast Danielle, and Danielle kind of, I think she'd never seen me like in that sort of position as a director, and so she actually came to me and she was like, hey, should we direct it together, Last Chance Motel? Like, this looks fun. And so I was like, sure, like in the middle of like a team.
yeah.
I'll get back to you,
So has that been something you've been working toward, or did it just make sense and you're like, let's try it out, let's do it?
Yeah, I've been sort of toying with the idea for the past like 10 years. I just don't think I had much faith or I believed in myself, to execute. And I did a movie in Thailand with a producer that I did several movies on and I trusted, and it was very dysfunctional. And I was like, I want to try this. And so I mentioned it to him. I said, I want to direct. And then he approached me like 2 months later. I was like, I have a movie for you.
Well, so this movie was brought to you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. I mean, Panic Fest, I feel like would be one of the perfect places to have this. You got you, Danielle, Heather Langenkamp, you got a lot of Monica, you have a lot of screen queens in different types of roles. I don't know how much you want to say, but I feel like the genre audience particularly are gonna, like, that will be a big draw just in and of itself.
Yeah, that's why we made it. We wanted to make something for the fans. Like Danielle and I, we did Talk Scared to Me, the podcast, and we realized how much the fans liked us as a unit. And so we utilized that. And then, we wanted to play characters that we don't really get the chance to play. And then with casting, we kind of wanted to cast outside our friends what they usually play to give them an opportunity to do something else.
Have you worked with Heather before?
I have worked with Heather. I worked with her on this low budget movie, and it was funny because Heather signed on to the movie because my name was attached, and then I signed on to it because Heather's name was attached.
Nice.
And so we just had a really beautiful time working with each other. And so when I came up with this idea and I was creating Bobby Love, I instantly thought of Heather.
I enjoyed seeing what everybody did, but particularly Heather. I mean, you said it in the hallway after. she really kind of steals the movie in some ways, and like her presence. And several of you guys get to subvert some of your presences in some fun ways, but she was a real treat to watch.
The killer always does, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you've got the Michael, you got the Freddy, you got the.
There you go.
Yeah, we wanted to create something for the fans, not just like your typical killer, mass killer. We really wanted to give the fans somebody to like root behind. That was fun.
Had you guys made features? When I saw the credit for your production company, the top star, I was like, oh, right.
No, we kind of like launched with this movie. Like we were wanting to create more and more features for ourselves.
You guys have the audience. You guys all have your own history that you bring to it. It was a lot of fun. So, working on anything for future Panic Fests, long or short, or producing, right? I mean, you do kind of everything.
Yeah, I you know, as I sort of like open this next chapter for myself, I feel like I keep on saying, I've been acting for 30 years, and I've been playing people and using other people's voices for so long that now I'm discovering my voice for the first time. I feel like a fucking child. I feel like I'm in my 20s. Yeah. And I feel like I'm on a roll right now, and I just like want to do everything. There is an announcement coming soon, my next endeavor, which is I'm making a stab at a franchise for the horror genre.
Off air, I look forward to hearing about that.
So we're prepping for Spain. We're gonna go shoot that in Spain in the fall. So we're really excited. We're casting now, and we've got some really cool names. So yeah.
Very exciting. And I was thinking about using this potentially as an icebreaker, but throwaway.
Yeah.
Halloween 2. Did or did you not know who Lee Marvin was?
I didn't know who the fuck Lee Marvin was. I still also don't think I ever looked it up. I don't know who the fuck is Lee Marvin, because I have no idea. Is it a cowboy?
He played several.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, cool. I was like, is it like Roy Rogers?
Not quite. Somewhat, sure. Yes.
I got it.
There you have it. Panic Fest 2026 coverage. What a blast! It was such a wonderful time. If you follow me on Letterboxd, I'm just at Philip Marinello over there. My top four and I'm going to keep it probably through the month of June. I don't switch it up every month, but every now and then I do. But for this month, I will have my top 4 favorites from Panic Fest. There were others that I loved that we didn't get to cover. We shouted out many of the ones I liked, but I have a Panic Fest list. So many people did so much great work, and Adam and Tim and everybody did such a good job of curation this year. Absolutely wonderful. So excited for next year already. It was a highlight of this year, and I can't wait for more. So on to Physical Media Corner. First up, and I'm keeping them Panic Fest themed here. First up, we have what I learned after the fact of watching it, a bit of a controversial release in a way, not actually. I was sent over from our pals at MVD the Creepy Creature double feature that VCI Entertainment put out recently, and I watched The Slime People. And I actually watched The Slime People because I was looking at my stack of Blu-rays. I was like, okay, what am I going to watch here for Physical Media Corner this time? And I sorted by length. I looked at a couple of the shorter ones just because been on a time crunch a lot lately, and I saw that The Slime People is the solo directorial effort of Robert Hutton. Robert Hutton, if you're a long time listener, you'll know he was in one of my favorite filmmakers' early films. He was in Sam Fuller's The Steel Helmet. So I was like, oh, gotta catch up with him. Gotta see what old Private Bronte was up to. So watch The Slime People. It was fine. It was pretty decent restoration, like many of the reviews say. Tons of fog. It was very silly. It was a fun watch. I think it would be a very fun watch with a bunch of friends, kind of have some chuckles. The creature costumes are very cool. Yeah, it was completely fine. There were a couple of very good shots, but you can potentially maybe see why he didn't go on to make a lot more movies as a director. but it was a fun time, and I alluded to it half jokingly. I think they got enough feedback online that they're probably not doing it again. The double feature also came with a crawling hand, which I have not watched yet, but I believe there was some AI used for one of the special features that everybody was telling them was not a good idea. So I think they probably got the message. Haven't watched it. If you like these old, kind of campy, fun 60s sci-fi creature movies, this is a fun time. So there was that. Also was very pleased. This is also in the MVD store, but MVD and Severin sent me. This is a set that I had heard of through our pals over at Bat and Spider. If you remember, we had Dale on a couple times over the years. I think the last time we had him was for, I want to say, George Romero's The Amusement Park. But anyway, over at Bat and Spider, his podcast, I believe they covered Seeds by Andy Milligan a while back. And I was like, this guy sounds interesting one day. And I know Severin already has a big set. If they wanted to send me that one, I would happily dive into some of those. But this set is called Gutter Auteur, The Lost Legacy of Andy Milligan. And it has a newer documentary about his life and career called The Degenerate, and then 4 films that have been much harder to find that weren't on any of the previous big releases. 2 of these, I believe, are finished, and 2 of these are like mostly finished or assembly cuts. Like, I don't know if he got to finish them or if they lost them. I haven't watched them yet, but I did watch the documentary, The Degenerate, and I had a great time. This is obviously very, very much not for the faint of heart, not for the Puritans in the audience, but it's such an interesting movie. What a tragic but fascinating career this guy had. The quote I put in my Letterboxd review was a quote from Andy himself in the movie. He says, "I've always discovered that the sicker you write a screenplay, the more universal it is." And it was just fascinating here. The Screen Anarchy blurb on the back calls him a connoisseur of the depraved. He managed to create a unique oeuvre that defies and defiles common decency at a level that is both shocking and admirable. He had a very strong point of view, and he didn't make movies for lots of money, so he kind of had he got to have a lot of artistic control over it. And he really fascinating guy whose work I'm looking forward to exploring more, watching the other films on the set and maybe taking a look at what's in the other set. So that was the Degenerate documentary on the Gutter Auteur set from Severin. So thank you for those. Really, if you are kind of into the sicko horror and don't mind intense content, or if you're like, man, I want to know what's beyond the Kurosawas and the Bressons and the Ozus. If you're a panic fest genre sicko and you've never heard of Andy Mulligan, I would say the Degenerate documentary would be a great place to start. I'm not going to do a full one on it, but I will also mention as a side note, if you're still listening, thank you. 1, 2, I also just watched the other day from Deaf Crocodile. MVD sent me Deaf Crocodile's new release of The Dead Mountaineers Hotel. Really interesting movie. Also, under 9 minutes, which is one of my favorite things at this stage of my life. But fascinating movie. Loved it. Can't wait to watch it again. Probably a few more times here. I don't think we'll be covering it on this show, but I recently talked to friend of the show, Marta Georgievich, and her and I believe, will be teaming up for another episode of Rewind and Revive over on her side of the internet for Dead Mountaineers Hotel soonishly. So keep your eyes and ears out for that. I'll let you guys know when that drops. I feel like I've done a few guest episodes. Forgive me if I've done your show and I don't mention it here, but the main one I wanted to highlight is my pals Kev and Anna Gould over at Laurie Strode Trap House. Had a wonderful time with them talking Southland Tales on our show. And then a couple weeks ago, they published our episode, I Joined Them, over at Laurie Strode Trap House for the finale of Public Domain, where we cover, oh wait, no, not the finale. I apologize. For an episode of Public Domain. It was the 3rd out of 4. We did not do the final one. But anyway, we did Screamboat, the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie slasher featuring David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown. It was fun. It's obviously these are not high art, but I enjoyed it the first time I watched it. I enjoyed revisiting it for that conversation. We had a great conversation and we all really enjoyed it. So if you want to check that out, you can go over to the Laurie Strode Trap House feed and look at that. Like I said at the beginning, share the show with your friends. That's the best way to help us. And if you want to send us a couple bucks, I won't stop you. Also, if you wanted to give us a 5-star review, hit the 5-star button on your podcatcher. That's always helpful as well. Helps people bopping around their podcast apps find us. And we appreciate everybody who does that. Next week, I don't know. The next episode that will come out much sooner than the distance between the last previous episodes was joined by Chell Steven, who's a phenomenal filmmaker. She's made TV, several shorts. She recently completed her debut feature with my friend and friend of the show, Romina Dugo. It is called Bye with a bunch of E's. I believe there's only 4 on the Letterboxd entry for it. But we didn't talk about, I mean, we talked about her movie, but we covered Civil War, which feels relevant, we'll say. One day, we can hope. It was, I remember when that movie came out, there was a lot of nonsense, and I waited for that to die down. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, really good movie. The world's way worse than it was a long time ago when that came out. So things have not gotten better, but the movie's very relevant. I think it's wonderfully done. We had a great time talking about it. So in the next week or so, you can be looking out for Chell Steven joining me to talk Civil War and a little bit about her film Bye. So until then, I've been your host, Philip Marinello, saying thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time on The Substance.